Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Joining us today is Christopher McFadden. He is the president, CEO, and director of NxGold, where the focus is on high-grade gold in world-class districts. Mr. McFadden, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Mr. McFadden, in our previous interview, we conducted a thorough, comprehensive interview regarding the value proposition of NxGold. For current and prospective shareholders, we welcome you to visit our website and watch our in-depth exclusive interview published on the 6th of September. Mr. McFadden, for someone new to the story, who is NxGold and what is the thesis you're attempting to prove?
NxGold is a Vancouver-based gold explorer. We've been in our current form for approximately 2 years, and our main objective is to discover high-grade, large volumes of gold in first-class jurisdictions. So currently we have projects in Canada, in the province of Nunavut, and also in Australia, in Western Australia, in the Pilbara region.
Before we get in today's interview, I wanted to begin our discussion at the 10,000-foot level and get your perspective on a topic that has a number of speculators' attention, and that is the discussion of peak gold and how this may serve as a catalyst for junior mining companies, and in particular, NxGold.
Well, I think that's a great question, because I think what we're seeing in the industry at the moment, and it's something that's been coming over the horizon for a few years now, is that the majors have really cut back their exploration, and they're not spending the volumes of money that they used to spend on exploration for new gold deposits. So over the last 5-10 years, there's been a dearth of high-class, large-scale gold deposits, and the majors are facing a huge drop-off in their production, in my view. You look at some of the proposed production profiles for the big companies, and gold production is going to potentially drop significantly in the years ahead because there hasn't been that money spent on exploration. So for companies like us that are exploring, that are spending money in the ground, pursuing the next great discovery, I think there's great potential there, because if the majors want to grow and stay in existence, they need to look to juniors like us who are actually doing the work and opening up new terrains.
You know, in our last interview, you shared the next unanswered question for NxGold will be the implementation of a systematic approach to exploration and the anticipation of drill results. Since then, NxGold issued 3 important press releases. Beginning with the 10th of September, the company received and compiled assay results, preliminary mapping, trenching, and lab analysis from the stream sediment samples. Share the details with us.
The company adopts a very systematic approach to its exploration. So we're starting with very basic style exploration with stream sediment sampling, some trenching, and grab samples. So that release from September was the output from our first pass, our first phase of work at the Pilbara project in Western Australia. One of the key highlights was in some of the trenches we opened up. We had visible gold in a specimen and after assay there was 102 grams of gold in that specimen, and also some silver, which was interesting as well. So that first pass work was a fairly random sediment sampling process, but those results were in that release, and there was a number of other interesting results, and there was in some of the sediment samples we took, there was visible gold as well. So obviously there's some gold on the property, and this highlighted that for us, and also it was very interesting because on the ridge we have on the southeastern side of the property, there was consistent and numerous samples over an extended length of approximately 1.2 kilometres where there was visible gold in the stream sediment sampling. So that encouraged us, and as I think I said in our original interview, each exploration dollar needs to be justified by success and the results that we obtain. So that encouraged us to proceed to continue our exploration work in the Pilbara project.
On the 15th of October, NxGold discovered a new vein exposure on the east side of the property called the Sun Target Area. What can you share with us?
Well, the Sun area is right over on the eastern side and is on the other side of the ridge, if you like. So from that first release and your subsequent release, you'll see that a lot of the attention is on the western or northwestern side of the ridge of the property. Sun is over the other side, and an area where we haven't previously done much work, where there also wasn't much activity from prospectors. So it was sort of a bit of a punt on our part to go over the other side of the ridge, but we were looking to see what happened on the other side, and we were very encouraged to find get some good results from that side, and also to find that vein on that side, because what we've seen on the northern or northwestern side of the ridge, with our trenching and also with mapping, is that there are considerable numbers of veins. And it's really exciting that they're continuing on the other side of the ridge. And also on that side of the property, we're much closer to the Artemis ground, and we know that they've been finding some good veins and good nuggets on their property as well. So it seems that with that result that there is some extent potentially to the system in this area.
This week, NxGold issued a third and equally important press release regarding follow-up work on stream, soil, and rock grab samples. What has the company excited here about the latest findings?
So what's interesting from this latest release is the consistency of the results we are obtaining, and that it's confirming our earlier work that there is a primary source of gold somewhere here on this property. And so it's highlighting the key prospects on the property that we've been working on in the Sun, in areas that we call Eagle in particular and Hawk. So there are particular areas of the property, Eagle and Swan and Hawk in particular, where prospectors have been finding nuggets for a considerable period of time. So the results tell us that there is a primary source of gold here, and we're narrowing our focus down onto those areas as a result of this work.
Switching gears, multi-layered question. What is the next unanswered question for NxGold? When should we expect results? And what determines success?
So as we reported in our last press release, we have undertaken some very systematic grid soil sampling at the Pilbara project in the Eagle, Swan and Hawk areas. So it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of that systematic soil sampling process. We have something like 140 samples in total on those areas that we're expecting results from very soon, hopefully in the next week or two at the latest. And that will give us really strong indications of where the primary source of gold is, we hope, on this property, on this area of the property. So that will be very exciting for us and very interesting, because we can then use that very systematic grid soil sampling, combine it with our stream sediment sampling and our trenching rock chip sampling and the magnetics that we've done over the area. So we'll have multiple layers of geological information that we can then interrogate to ensure that we have a really strong picture of what's going on under the ground here at the Pilbara project in Western Australia. Another interesting or exciting element that's coming over the horizon is that we're very hopeful that the remaining licenses in this area, which have been under application for the last 12 months since we acquired the property, we're hoping that they will be granted to us again in the very short term. So that will also allow us to extend our exploration efforts in the Pilbara project area, and particularly, we've been working right up to the edge of the boundaries there at Hawk. You'll note we've done the systematic soil sampling pretty much right up to the edge of the granted tenure. This will allow us to move then into the application areas and effectively almost double the area that we can work at the Pilbara project. So in terms of what amounts to success from this project, it's and the work that we're doing, and hopefully soon to announce, it'll be the identification using the systematic multi-layer approach to exploration that will allow us to narrow our focus and target in on areas for the next stages of work.
As a shareholder, these are truly exciting times. Last question here for you. What did I forget to ask?
Well, as usual, Maurice, your questioning is very in-depth, but one thing we haven't spoken about is the Kuulu project in Nunavut. That's still a project of great interest to us, but we continue to be unable to obtain the surface license that we need, but we continue to work with the communities there and working very hard to try to find a solution to that challenge that we have, but we're being very patient there because that has the potential to be a truly world-class exploration project.
It certainly does. Mr. McFadden, for someone listening that wants to get more information about NxGold, please share the website address.
Certainly, it's very simple. It's nxgold.ca.
And as a reminder, NxGold trades on the TSXV symbol NXN. For direct inquiries, please contact Travis McPherson at 604-816-2686. That number again is 604-816-2686. He may also be reached at tmcpherson@nxgold.ca. NxGold is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and we're proud shareholders for the virtues conveyed in today's interview. And last but not least, please visit our website, provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. Christopher McFadden of NxGold, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.